J once again.
And who? Me, Amira, from HeLiftsSheSquats.
Now last week we showed you guys what we do for back and buys. Now this week we're going to show you what the she squats.
Yes, this is really the whole part of the whole she squat thing. Why? Because this is my day. My day of the week. I run this day. I tell the guys what to do in the gym. They follow my rules because it's all about me and my legs. Because I love my legs and I'm trying to get them to have legs like me. Well, not really, but anyways, we're gonna head back over to the gym so you guys can see what we actually do to work out our legs.
Let's get it.
Back squats. The back squats give the ultimate workout for your glutes and hamstrings. Begin by racking a comfortable weight. Place the barbell on your shoulder blades. Get into a good athletic stance with your toes pointing outward. Knees should be slightly bent and your feet should be planted firmly on the floor in a good position once you step away and lift the barbell off the holding rack. The wider your feet are, the more it works your glutes and your hamstrings. Keep a slight arch in your lower back at all times throughout this exercise. We cannot stress this enough. Stick your chest out and pull your shoulders back. Your neck should be straight up at all times. Again, this is all to ensure that your spine alignment is proper throughout this exercise and minimize any back injury. Lower your knees and push your butt backwards in an effort to keep your butt towards the floor as you're going down. You want the pressure of the squat to be in your heels and not your toes, as you can tip over and get off balance. You want to make sure you're exhaling up and inhaling as you go down. Breathing is always important throughout any exercise, but definitely this one, as it really helps you propel through all of the movement.
Leg press. The leg press is a compound movement. Now this primarily works your quads, but it also works your hamstrings and your glutes. Once laying down on the leg press machine, place your legs firmly planted on the plate in front of you. Try to keep your legs approximately shoulder width apart. Slowly lower the weight down after releasing the safety. The safety should have some handles. Hold the handles at all times, as you don't want to get your hands crossed up in your movement. Lower the weight down towards your chest until your knees are approximately touching your chest. Once you get there, exhale and explode straight up. Repeat the motion 10 times. As a variation, we also like to isolate the calf muscles and get those in as well. So what you want to do is pretty much get your legs together, keeping a slight bend in your knees. Never lock your knees when you're doing this exercise. And from there, you want to lower the weight and just push up with your toes. Now on the plate itself, make sure that only the ball of your feet are on the plate. That way you get the full range of motion in your calf muscles.
It's time for the hack squats. This one engages your quads. To help with form, we typically use an exercise ball. To start, put your back on the machine and hook your shoulders under the pad. On the platform on the bottom, keep your feet shoulder width distance apart and point your toes out a little bit. Remember to keep your back pressed firmly against the pad and your head should be up at all times. Grip the side handles and disengage the safety. For most machines, you do this by moving the side handles inward. Straighten your legs without locking your knees. Now, you're ready to begin. Slowly lower by bending your knees but keeping your posture straight and your head up. Continue until you lightly touch the ball and push yourself up. Exhale as you push up, inhale as you go down. To challenge yourself, you can also use a smaller ball.
Seated leg curls. The seated leg curls are an isolation movement designed to work your hamstrings. There are two different pads on the seated leg curl machine. There's one by your knee and one that you actually place your feet on. The one for your knee is to keep you stabilized to the chair. So make sure you press that all the way down on your thighs so that it anchors you to the chair. Secondly, once seated and with your legs on the pads, slowly contract your hamstring muscles, bringing it in towards a 90-degree angle. Exhale to bring the weight towards you. When you extend your legs back out, inhale. Repeat that 10 times.
Leg extensions. This exercise is all about your quads. Sit on the leg extension machine with your feet pointing forward and your legs under the pad. Adjust the pad so it falls just above your feet. The key here to remember is that your legs should form a 90-degree angle from the top and bottom half of your legs. This will ensure you minimize any knee injury. Use your quads only. Extend your legs to its maximum range of motion. Keep your top half still. All we're doing is focusing just on the quads for this exercise. Exhale on the extension, and go ahead and inhale on the rest of the part of the cycle.
Standing calf raises. This is also an isolation movement, but this time we're isolating the calf muscles. So once again, get yourself into a good athletic position. You want to put the pads squarely on your shoulder. Once you have your shoulders on the pads, put your legs on the platform underneath you. As usual, when you're working your calves, you want to keep your heels hanging off the platform and stand on the ball of your feet only. Now lower your heel towards the ground, extending your Achilles tendon and getting a good stretch. From there, you want to press straight up, really contracting your calf muscles. Repeat this 10 times.
Hip abductor. This exercise engages your hip and your thigh muscles. Sit down on the abductor machine. Using the lever, make sure you are starting at a comfortable range of motion position. Once your legs are positioned properly, hold on to the handles that are right next to your thighs. Throughout this exercise, keep your top half stationary and focus your energy through your core, your hips, and your thighs. Press slowly against the pads, pushing your legs away from each other. Hold for a second there once you've reached your maximum level of stretch, and slowly return to your starting position. The key with this exercise is to be fluid and smooth with your muscle contractions. You're going to go ahead and repeat this for 10 to 15 repetitions in each of your sets.
Hip adductors. Now, here we go with the compromise. Fellas, I can't lie, this is not my favorite machine to do. But, as part of the compromising process, Amira has me doing it. And you know what? It actually helps. I usually have groin problems, and this actually helps strengthen my groin muscles. So, without further ado, here we go. Hip adductors. The first thing you want to do is get to the point and set the machine so that you can comfortably put your legs in there. Now, once you have your legs there, squeeze until you get your legs together. Repeat this motion 10 times.
The wall ball squat. This is a really great overall conditioning exercise. It targets your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, and also your shoulders. Keep in mind while you're doing this exercise, you always want to make sure that you keep your core tight. It's really going to help you propel and do well in this one. First up, you want to make sure you find a medicine ball that has adequate enough weight that you can throw it repetitively in the air without getting yourself too tired. Next, find a wall that has a high enough ceiling that when you do throw that ball up, it doesn't hit the ceiling. That's an absolute no-no. Stand a couple of feet away from the wall. Throw the ball high into the air, hitting the wall. Catch it while you're moving into a downward motion. Make sure you're holding the ball at your chest. The easiest way to do this is just go ahead and make sure that you are tucking your elbows in when you're catching the ball as you're moving down. Drive through your heels on your way up for momentum. Make sure you're breathing out when you throw the ball up. The general idea here is that you want to feel as if you're doing a traditional squat, so make sure your butt is going all the way down as if to touch the ground. Aim for about 10 to 20 repetitions in your set. Did you miss our last video? Click here. Loving our soundtrack? Music provided by The Legion PG. Visit www.HeLiftsSheSquats.com for the downloadable version of this exercise. If you're liking our videos, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. We appreciate your support.